Welcome back to Finn vs. History. Joining me is Horatio Gould.
Hello.
And this is an urgent discussion on Calvin, Knox, and our true intellectual heirs.
Yeah. When you say urgent, you mean that this is...
Urgent. I need to get this out.
All right, okay.
I'm fired up.
Yeah, you're on the toilet. It's
I'm
been
on the
17
toilet.
hours.
I
you
can't
need to get this
poo.
out.
I need to talk about John Knox and John Calvin.
This has really fired you up.
This is.
In between these episodes, you were rifling through it. You were giggling to yourself. You're giddy. You're like a madman.
This is my heritage.
Yeah.
This is my psychological architecture.
Right.
He is the architect. You know the end of The Matrix where he meets the architect?
Yeah.
That's me meeting John Calvin.
Because there's only a little bit of me, so it only explains a very small part of me. But for you, this is everything.
This is all of me. I read John Calvin and it all makes sense.
All right.
We're part 3 of our series on the Reformation. We've dealt with Martin Luther.
Done.
Done.
We've dealt with him.
Done.
Sounds like we've killed him.
We've killed Luther. Now, the Peace of Augsburg is where we left off last time. An easy truce between Lutherans and Catholics. But it left out Calvinism. Now, who, what,
Calvin
why...
and the Chipmunks.
Is Calvin and the Chipmunks. John Calvin, unbelievably, he's French.
I couldn't believe it.
I still can't believe
I always thought
this.
he was a Swiss fuck, but it turns out that hidden in the toilet.
What I will say is that he's the bravest Frenchman who's ever lived. And he's the only Frenchman whose hand I'd like to shake. It's Jean de Calvin, but his name has been anglicised because it makes more sense in English than French.
Jean Calvin.
Does not make sense.
Doesn't it? It's John Calvin.
It's not John Pork, Charlie.
I love John Pork.
Jean de Calvin or John Calvin. In the same way that when I watched the Manosphere documentary, I was like, this is such an Anglo-American thing. I can't imagine a French manosphere like, oh, the dirty bitch, look at my money. Oh, Jean-Claude. Like, it doesn't make sense in French, does it? The little French kissing.
Protestant manosphere in some ways.
Yes.
Because it's about the hustle grind. So
yes.
Going outside the matrix, Catholic Church, as you were saying.
Yeah.
That's what Andrew Tate's saying. Basically grabbing your own life by the bootstraps. And
we are all fallen. We're all Neo in the fucking thing.
Well, it's up to us how we live.
Exactly.
You know?
In France, it's the muscle wine set.
The muscle wine set rather than the hustle grind set.
What's the muscle? Like, as in muscles the food?
More free.
Right, yeah.
It's the muscle wine set.
I think hustle wine set's probably better.
No, I like muscle wine set.
Muscle, but yeah.
Is in muscles?
Yeah, I guess so. But it sounds like it's too much like that. I think it's that they're waking up drinking wine.
Truffle wine set's quite
good.
good.
Wine set is good.
It's less hustle grind set, more truffle wine set.
That's good.
That is good. We got there in the end.
Nice.
Couple of plays and misses, but we got there.
Yes, you've had a couple of misses this series, but you've opened this episode with a corker.
Crisp one, yeah. So Jean de Calvin, the bravest Frenchman, the only brave Frenchman you could say.
The only one you could shake his hand without surrendering.
Exactly, yeah. You go to shake his hand and he actually shakes it. Rather than go, oh no, please, I'm sorry, no, take my wife, please. He does not have springs under his arms.
He has no movement in his arms. His arms don't move.
No.
He's completely disabled. It's Stephen Hawkins.
He's Stephen Hawking. The most Protestant man that's ever lived.
Stephen Hawkings. I mean, that guy can't surrender.
No, and he lives a very Calvinist life.
Well.
There's not much pleasure.
Let's get the photo of him up on Epstein's Island, which I thought was AI.
No, yeah.
This is the first time I've been tricked by thinking something that's real was definitely AI.
This is Hawking.
Let's get the bikini girls. Yeah, I mean, when you first found out that Hawking was there, you're like, well, I'm sure it was something else. I'm sure it's not what I'm imagining. Because what I'm imagining is 2 bikini-clad girls with cocktails and him in the middle.
This is John Calvin when he goes to Rome.
Was this him talking to other Catholics?
Yeah, people in Switzerland are like, hang on, how are you? I can't imagine you going there. You don't make sense there. And he's like, I had a fucking great time. I had a holiday for myself.
Anyway.
So who is John Calvin? Now, he's sort of the unsung hero of the Protestant Reformation. He is the Claude Makelele of the Protestant Reformation.
Sure. So he doesn't get his flowers.
Does not get his flowers, and if he doesn't want flowers, put them in the bin.
Okay.
He wants just a dry piece of wood or something. Calvin he sees what Luther's doing, and if Luther's a monk, Calvin is a lawyer. Okay? In that he's trying to implement a society based on Luther's teachings.
Right, okay.
Which Luther isn't doing. Luther's all about faith in the book.
Yes.
But Calvin's like, yeah, but how can we actually make this civilization?
pragmatist,
How can
even
we
more so.
implement it?
He's getting off the toilet.
Let's get off the toilet. Let's get on with it. We've done poo, flush, wipe, next. Done.
Yeah.
So Calvin is born in 1509. He's a lawyer and he's in sort of northern France. And he converts to Protestantism. And bear in mind, Switzerland, which is where he'll make his name, that's in the Holy Roman Empire. And that's a bunch of city-states.
Yeah.
So it's just as loose as Germany. France is a big power, and again, this is a very confusing time. There is a great battle for the soul of France. There's a significant chance in the 16th century that France will ultimately be Protestant.
I know, the French Huguenots.
Which is just, I mean, the past. Imagine the sliding doors moment.
It doesn't bear thinking about.
Where would England go to forget itself if France is not there?
Yeah.
Now, if Luther is a kind of beer drinking, sort of table thumping, pooey German,
right.
Calvin is frail, intensely private, chronically ill, migraines, gout, asthma. I mean, he is sort of Hawking-esque, I suppose. He only ever eats one meal a day, and he basically doesn't sleep.
Right. So a sneeze could kill him.
Yes. Yeah. He's very frail, but he converts to Protestantism, which is not really the done thing in France.
Right.
There is a thing called the Affair of the Placards.
Right.
So this is in the 1530s.
Which is as exciting as it sounds.
It is riveting stuff. Listen.
The clash of the lanyards.
Yeah, it's not. Although there is a big lanyard clash culturally.
Where?
In that there are people who wear them who are either autistic, disabled, or gay. And then there's people who don't.
Today?
Today, there is a clash of the lanyards.
I did see, there's this Telegraph podcast that's making me laugh a lot.
Oh, with Camilla.
Yeah, it's making me laugh. Because I don't know, I've really been enjoying Telegraph headlines, and it's just.
You keep sending them to me.
They're really funny.
They are funny.
Some of them. I'll get some of them up. But they're talking about that that there's like a new class clash between the lanyards and the non-lanyarded. And
Did they actually say that?
Yeah.
I was joking. Christ.
Yeah, no, it's great. They're saying this with a very intellectual, intelligent way, everything that we joke about.
Yeah.
And basically the hatred for Keir Starmer is because he represents the lanyard class.
I see.
And that's kind of the new division.
And it's the lanyard class.
They're the ones who slow down and the bureaucratic, they're the kind of, you can't wear that, And there are a lot of jobs worths. I will give them that. There's a lot of times in this country that I do feel like you jobs worth swine.
Yes.
I want to get. We need to get rid of this. Whatever this attitude is.
Yes.
No, actually, I can't because of my manager. No, you wouldn't.
Yes. What?
Is that what your cinema?
100%.
Cinema acting.
100%. I was watching half of the latest fucking 28 years later, really enjoying it in the best cinema. This new great amazing cinema in Leicester Square. It fucking finished halfway through. It just the picture went. Said sorry, we're gone. I realised that it was across the road. They were showing it. And it started 45 minutes later. We were 45 minutes into the film. I tried to go in to see it. And they were saying, sorry, with the tills closed. I was like, lad, just let us in. Like, we told you this whole story. And he says, and we're like, is it full? He's like, no, there's loads of room. I was like, well, just like...
Let us in.
Just let us in. No, because my manager might see on CCTV. It's like, I wanted to call him a swine. You're a swine and a cow.
And did he have a lanyard on?
Of course he did.
Right,
He had rectangle glasses.
Right.
That's like...
Yeah.
There's no way this person can ever think for himself. No, there's no free thinker.
Yes.
Has the rectangle.
You mean like Sven-Goran Eriksson?
Sort of. Images. Scroll down. Yeah, those ones there. See that one? No, that one.
Yeah,
those guys. There's no way that this person has any individual thought.
My father-in-law wears those glasses. And he has a lot of ideas.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, they're mainly about bandstands in the Surrey area.
Oh yeah, of course he's a councillor.
He is a councillor, and in the recent local elections, the Lib Dems had a surge, and he sent a GIF on the family WhatsApp of an AI Lib Dem bird going with yellow.
Is he a Lib
cloak.
Dem councillor?
Yes, he is.
Oh right, so he feels.
No, it's not threatening. He's not threatened by the Lib Dem bird.
Oh right, so he's sort of like a werewolf and the
it's
moon.
Like, it's
like full moon,
it's like
and
a
he's a werewolf.
resurgence of the Lib Dem. With a big yellow cloak. Yeah. We got that. There's boomers on Facebook.
The Cuck's Revenge.
There's boomers on Facebook, but then there's boomers discovering AI, and it's a whole new sewer of them like going, isn't this amazing? And it's the most boring thing you've ever seen. And you go,
No.
This episode of Finn vs. History is sponsored by Surfshark.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yes.
VPN.
We love it. Vag, pussy, nunga nungas.
It's all there.
Yeah.
This is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
This is not a Vag Pussy Nunga Nungas. This is a virtual private network.
Okay.
With which you can explore images of
Yeah.
Vag Pussy Nunga Nungas.
Admittedly, if you talk about a virtual private network too much, you'll never really be able to see a Vag Pussy or Nunga Nungas.
Yeah.
So weirdly, they're kind of...
Pick a team, fellas.
Yeah,
Pick a team.
You'll scare away all the Vag Pussy and Nunga Nungas if you keep talking about a virtual private network.
But a virtual private network
is still important.
It's so important.
Yeah.
If you want to explore the internet freely, privately, this is like having armor, which I know you already own. You already have samurai armor and chainmail for when you reenact battles.
If you want to
friends.
get past Keir Starmer's communist porn ban, pretend you're French with your Surfshark VPN.
Or Mexican.
Put a beret on and say,
I can watch what I want now.
Yes.
Nobody can enter your command center if your command center is in Mexico.
Yes.
Or wherever.
Exactly. It means that it's a constantly moving command center in between the lines. False nine.
And Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves are just there going, we can't find the command center. Where's it gone?
Yeah.
Where's the command center? Where's this man wanking? You will never find me. I'm using Surfshark.
These are the unique benefits of Surfshark.
Secure your digital life with Surfshark VPN. It's a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. As we always say, the risk-free is on the guarantee of the money, not what you're looking at the
Not
internet.
the filth that you want to use this VPN for.
Surfshark take no liability for what you're looking at. Nor do me.
Nor do me.
Nor do me. If you go to surfshark.com/FVH or click the link below, you will get 4 extra months of Surfshark. Don't let Keir Starmer's online threats catch you off guard.
Keep your data safe and see you next time.
Anyway, Calvin's a French lawyer who converts to Protestantism. We get to the clash of the lanyards, the affair of the placards. It's 1534, okay? There are Protestant reformists. They're posting placards around France criticising the Catholic Mass. There is no way to imbue this with any drama, okay? This is 16th century liturgical disputes. It could not be less relevant to anyone today, okay? But we have to get there to talk about our intellectual forebears. So the posters are titled True Articles on the Horrible, Great and Unbearable Abuses of the Papal Mass.
Right. So these are kind of people who are talking about Chinese organ harvesting outside the British Museum. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's people with like photos of like...
Yeah, I do know that.
I mean, there's all around Trafalgar Square, there's like the people trying to get the Iranian royalists in. There's like people saying like, convert to the end is nigh. There's a whole mixture of them.
I don't want to be insensitive.
Sure.
But where does organ harvesting end and Chinese cuisine begin?
It's the famine cuisine.
They're eating anything.
Yeah.
Right? So at what point is it just harvesting?
Yeah. Don't you know they're Chinese?
Yeah.
Is what you should say to them.
It's called harvesting. It's their harvest. It's how they make food. All right? That's like
So you're saying it's
protesting.
culturally insensitive?
I think it is.
To complain about Chinese organ harvesting.
I'm a big cultural relativist.
You are.
Okay? Every culture is of equal value.
Yeah.
Saying you can't harvest organs in China is like saying you cannot do a wassail in a Surrey orchard.
Sure.
Another thing my father-in-law has massively violent opinions on.
What?
He's a big pro wassail guy.
What is a
Blackface
wassail?
and all. Wassail is a pagan apple harvest festival where they black up, but in a good way.
Oh, right. Positive.
Positive blackface.
Right.
Robert Downey Jr. stuff.
Right,
You know?
okay.
It's so funny that it's fine. So the affair of the placards, basically a bunch of French Protestants, which I realise is a contradiction in terms, they put placards everywhere all over France, and the previously tolerant king, I don't know which king, he goes,
So
right,
much for the tolerant king.
this is too much. Placards. Are you taking the piss? And so he clamps down on the reformers, which means John Calvin flees France to Geneva. Now, we get to Calvin in Geneva, 1537. This is where he basically starts preaching his sort of sense of like more extreme Lutheranism.
Is this the Beatles in Hamburg?
Yeah, but the opposite of that. Okay. It's Dylan going electric, except it's Calvin going analog. Calvin goes acoustic. Right. Unplugs everything and goes, it's all too loud. Okay. So he goes to Geneva and he starts preaching. And Calvin's big thing, okay, is that whereas Luther said that everyone is a sinner, we're all in the gutter, but through your own internal consciousness and belief and faith, you can reach salvation. Calvin says, nah. Listen, God is all powerful. He's already decided who is going to heaven and who's not. And what you can do is you can try and find signs in someone's morals or behavior if they are chosen or not. So this is the birth of fat shaming.
Okay.
It's fatness as a moral sin.
Interesting.
Calvin is going, you're not chosen for salvation because you're fatty. That's where this starts.
So would you say Britain's fat families, can we get some of that up,
Yep.
please?
Yep.
Would you say this is playing on a Calvinist tradition?
I'm saying it is impossible in a world without Calvin. Okay? That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so it's putting all the responsibility on the person. But it's not their fault in a way, because it's been predestined to be there to be fat, immoral,
But
slob.
Well, in some ways, yes, but you can still work, and you should work to try and prove that God has chosen you.
But if he hasn't chosen you, there's nothing you can do about it.
Well, that's not a Calvinist attitude.
No.
That's a Catholic attitude, or
Right.
maybe a Lutheran one.
But he still thinks it's all predetermined. So whatever happens was always going to happen.
So Calvin is starting to attach morality to, and like in a religious sense, to how people act in their lives.
Right.
So whereas Luther's saying it's all an internal process,
The conscience.
inner conscience, Calvin's saying
Actions.
actions speak louder than words.
Okay.
Okay, fridges speak louder than
It's
empty
almost
cupboards.
like thinking is too spiritual for Calvin.
Exactly.
Even that's too
Prove
much.
yourself. I don't know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
How can I? I'm not a mind reader.
Yeah.
That's magic. I can see you're very fat.
Batman, what did he say? It's not who you are, but what you do that defines you.
Yeah.
So he's a Calvinist.
It's who you eat.
Yeah.
It's what you eat. So Calvin believes he doesn't believe in transubstantiation. So the water into wine, that's all bollocks.
Yes.
That's all bollocks. The God and the Bible is obviously, he agrees with Luther that that's the main source.
Yeah.
The church is bollocks. But he thinks that you should build a society where people are trying to, in a sense, prove that they're worthy of salvation.
Right.
Okay. So that's where he's getting up at 4 a.m. He's Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
He's the grind setter.
Yeah.
Okay. No Catholic is getting up at 4 a.m.
It is the Protestant hours.
It is. And the clock probably, they're eating dinner at 10.
You get 2 hours apiece. You get more than that.
There is a time difference between, you go around the clock, the Protestant hours are the night hours. And then at 10 a.m., you'd say the Catholic hours begin?
Right.
Till about 10 p.m.
Right.
Okay, which is where they have dinner. Yeah. But the Protestants are in bed. They're tucked up.
They had dinner at 6 p.m.
Exactly. Because, as Brian Johnson said, one of the most Presbyterian men there are possible.
Yeah, definitely.
Does not want to
Well,
die.
the guy who measures his
Measures his cum is about as Presbyterian as it gets, right? Because he doesn't want to die because he thinks there's nothing there,
Right.
right? So the Catholics, they're eating dinner too late, and as Brian Johnson says, you should leave about 4.5 hours between your final meal and going to sleep.
So this is the birth of the least spiritual people on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
There's just nowhere else in the world that this has really come at all. And I guess there's like Buddhism, which is like minimal and stuff, but this sense of earthiness and groundedness is completely unique here.
Just breaking news. Brian Johnson's got some nighttime erection data from my 19-year-old son. His duration is 2 minutes longer than mine. Raise children to stand tall, be firm, and be upright.
I've come around to Brian Johnson.
Yeah,
you know, at first he pissed me off, but I think he's now gone so far that he's pretty good value.
I think
if you're measuring your son's erections and then being kind of pissed off that they're 2 minutes firmer than yours.
Listen, we all have. It's hard to make a relationship with father-son. You know, father-son bonding is difficult.
If you're not football fans.
If you're not football, exactly. So measuring each other's boners is just one, and not just like how big they are, the stamina.
Yeah.
How are they? Let's just break that. How are they? Are they jacking off? Like, what are they doing to measure their? It's nighttime erection data.
I imagine, if I know Brian Johnson, he will have a custom-made ring that goes around his
wearable
knob.
penis tracker.
Penile tracker. It's a penile.
Sorry?
It's a penile tracker.
Penile tracker. Yeah.
A Fitbit for your penis.
Yeah, it's like
It's
a
cock ring.
Whoop. It's like a Whoop band, but
Right.
for your knob.
dick.
The
Yeah.
Firm Tech ring.
So you got father-son Whoop dick bands, and you're measuring each other's nighttime erections.
That's bonding.
It's like the dual shot. What's that dual shot thing again?
Quick shot
quick shot
launch.
Quick shot, and then you weigh your tech ring afterwards to go to bed.
Right.
Yes. So
£275.
So I guess it's sort of the final frontier of biohacking is where you and your son pop on some tech cock rings and
Wearable penile measuring rings.
and then you wake up in the morning and over breakfast you compare erection data.
Men love stats.
They do. You know, I pray for the women in that household. I really do.
Can we talk about something else?
Please, guys. And Brian's there like, well, why don't you measure your own vaginal wetness? Why don't you fucking shove a data collecting tampon up there? Yeah? Who's got the driest vagina out of both of you? So Calvin believes in simplicity in worship. So he's actually
Is he
the
the
boring
guy who
one.
comes up with this?
Yeah, he's the boring one, right? Luther's actually a bit of a laugh,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Because he even by the end, we didn't talk about it.
He's
but
a fat, sausage
He gets
eating,
really fat by the end.
beer drinking, constipated, like
And
laugh.
so Calvin's seeing this, being like, I don't think you're the guy, mate. You're on the toilet. You're a fat fuck stuck in the toilet. You're not Jesus.
He's Elvis Presley.
He is Elvis. He's German Elvis on the toilet in the 16th century, eating burgers, right? And Calvin's going, I don't know, man. I think so. In Geneva, what he does is he basically creates the boring Protestant utopia, which is why Geneva today is like it is, obsessed with time, clocks, and accuracy.
Yeah.
It's like
And Swiss people are some of the most boring people you ever meet.
yeah. It's the boring lands.
Yeah.
It's so dull. I did a tour of Switzerland like 12 years ago with Dane Baptiste.
Everything works. Everything's clean.
Yeah.
Everything's nice.
Nothing fun.
But it has no character
vibe,
or soul.
no vibe at all. It's just clocks.
Yeah.
Right. We were driven around. The most interesting about it was we were driven around by a guy who smoked so much weed that he also had those. He was slightly cross-eyed, had those eyes that make you look. The glasses make your eyes look massive.
All right.
But he'd look at us in the rearview mirror, and he'd be talking about like conspiracy theories, how like the government were out to get him, so he had to move to Switzerland and stuff. But like his eyes were like flooding the fucking rearview mirror. He's out there. He was the most interesting about Switzerland. It's so dull, but that's because Calvin makes it this just ideal, ordered, unchaotic society. So he gets banished from Geneva, right, quite early on.
Yeah.
Then in 1541, he's asked to return because of this growing religious unrest in the city. And then the Council of Geneva passes the ecclesiastical ordinances based on Calvin's proposal for reform.
Come with me now.
Yeah. Ladies, have you packed some spare pants, okay? I'm sorry I did not warn you that we were talking about the ecclesiastical ordinances of 1541 Geneva. All right? They call for a restructuring of the Genevan church, with ministers being split into pastors, doctors, elders, and deacons. Right. Which basically means it's less power in the church itself. His teachings becomes Calvinism, right, which is denies that the body and blood. That's all bollocks. This then starts.
That's just unlikely. He's doubting those numbers.
Yeah.
He's a big. Yeah, he's
questioning everything.
Yeah, I mean he's a Eucharist denier.
He is. As am I must say. Yeah. I'm a proud Eucharist denier. There's no way that's his body.
No way.
There's no way.
That's
such.
There's so many parts that he's split into.
So much wine. That's all his blood. Now he's bothering about in Switzerland. Now when he dies, he becomes he gets buried in an unmarked grave.
Of course.
He's my Bin Laden. Because he doesn't want to become a martyr.
Right.
And he doesn't want to become a site of religious pilgrimage, but he says that because he doesn't want anyone, it's not about him, it's about God.
Because that's the thing, is that there's not these huge figures in Protestantism in the same way. There's not cult of personalities.
No.
It's not like people.
It's the cult of no personality.
Yeah, no one's got loads of pictures of Calvin saying, I fucking love Calvin.
Yeah.
Like, there's none of that stuff at all.
I do.
Apart from you.
I have a picture of Calvin in my toilet. Right? He's my
I have
guy.
a picture of Luther on the toilet in my toilet.
In my toilet, yeah. So Calvin is the guy from whom, you'd say Anglicized Protestantism comes from.
Right.
We're not Lutheran, really. We're Calvinists, because a lot of Calvinist reformers go to Britain, especially into Scotland. And this is where we get to the second hero of this story, John Knox. So John Knox is a Roman Catholic minister in, I want to say, the early 1540s.
Scott.
We should place this, actually. Should we place 1540s? 1540s in Scotland. Christ. So this is after William Wallace.
Yes.
And it's before, I want to say it's before whiskey. I think we're still in pre-whiskey Scotland in the 16th century.
13th to the 15th century.
Damn.
Is it? Okay.
Before
fine.
Iron Brew.
It's definitely before. It's after whiskey. It's before Iron Brew.
Yeah.
1901.
Pretty old.
Yeah. And when's Tyskie invented?
1629.
Shit.
It's old.
It's after whiskey, before Tyskie. Charlie got another rhyming one.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Tyskie 1629.
I love Tyskie.
I fucking love Tyskie.
That's good.
Do you know what I like about? I've realised what I like. I like a beer where it sounds like it could be a concentration camp you haven't heard of. Do you know what I mean?
Tyskie.
Tyskie. God, I love it.
Yeah, he liberated Tyskie. It really fucked him up.
Exactly.
He was one of the gods.
Half a Birkenau, please. You know, or the craft beers.
Auschwitz IPA, please.
Yeah, exactly. Zuber.
Yeah.
Zuber could be a terrible place.
Zuber.
Yeah.
He escaped from Zuber. He was locked up for 10 years in Zuber. IPAs aren't doing that.
Yeah.
Brewdog,
A Dachau Pale Ale.
Now you're talking. Pint of Sachsenhausen, please. Anyway, so John Knox he starts, and this just sums up Scottish culture. He starts as a fucking bodyguard. He's a bodyguard to a Protestant preacher called George Wishart, and he holds a massive broadsword, right? And then Wishart gets arrested in 1545, and then he gets assassinated. I think he gets executed, and he's devastated. So Knox goes on a bit of a rampage, and then he gets captured by the French forces at St Andrews. He then gets made a slave.
White slave.
He's a white slave. And he's Scottish. Find slavery in my heritage.
Right.
Anyway, so John Knox is forced to row in French galleys for 19 months, but because he's fucking Calvinist, he loves it.
He loves that shit.
He loves it.
That's brilliant.
You can't touch me.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What my punishment is to do more work?
Brilliant.
He then, when he's released, he flees to Geneva and he becomes Calvin's student, right? So it's while in exile in Geneva in 1558 that he writes the first blast of the trumpet against the monstrous regiment of women. This book, he says women can't be rulers.
Right.
Because at the time, Scotland is ruled by Mary Queen of Scots, and Elizabeth I is on the throne, I think, 1558? Yeah.
Yeah, so for him, it's upside down world. The world's gone insane.
Yes, it is.
The world's gone mad.
This is fucked. So he's...
LBC, everyone is calling in.
Yeah.
What times are we living in? This is mental.
LBC is impossible in a world without Knox.
Yeah, okay.
So he writes a book saying women should not rule. This is madness, okay? And then Elizabeth I, she takes the throne just shortly after that, and then he goes, "Well, no, you're the exception because you're a bloke, really.
Yeah,
love. Right? You look like a bloke." So he then comes back to Scotland in 1559, having drunk from the teat of Calvin in Switzerland.
And when he arrives in Scotland, is it much like the rat landing in Venice to start the Black Death? But instead, it's
don't call us that.
Sorry.
Don't call us that. You're saying Presbyterianism is the Black Death.
I'm saying if you view boringness as a sort of disease, then in that sense,
or as a medicine to your Catholic disease of opulence and light and paintings.
Right. So this is what is it? It's not laxatives. It's
Imodium.
It's Imodium.
Yeah, Knox is Imodium. Let's just cork that arse up. All right?
John Knox is literally Imodium arriving on a ship.
So Knox comes back to Scotland.
Cork up Scotland.
Yeah. And he's fired up by Calvinism, but he thinks...
Because this is why Scottish people are the way they are. Remember, the Scottish history is blue-faced, fucking Celtic, Britons. Fucking,
as I said, I don't relate to any of the William Wallace stuff.
They're basically in the Taliban firing fucking...
The Taliban. I don't relate to it all.
Yeah.
This is where I start to feel Scottish.
Right, okay, yeah.
Okay, and it's all from a French guy. Crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
A French guy via Switzerland. Anyway, So Knox comes back to Scotland and begins the Scottish Reformation. He starts these massive tub-thumping ceremonies, preaching in St Giles's Church, Edinburgh. Get a photo of that up, Charlie. St Giles's Church, Edinburgh, which is where my parents got married.
Wow.
That's how much is in my bones. My parents got married at Knox's church, and he's there going like, this church needs to be way more boring.
Right.
Fuck it all off. He's saying, I want a plain room. He's literally, I just want white walls. I want to sit in the garage.
Well, yeah, I guess it's this kind of brand of Protestantism is it's a divorced dad, right? They divorced from Catholicism, and you go to visit. You're not from a divorced family, but that moment you first visit your dad after the divorce, white walls. They haven't they've had a woman in their life for like over a decade.
Yes.
So they don't know what to do. They're fucking eating eggs and that's it. You know. So this is what the churches have become. It's very much symbolic of the divorced dad's new apartment.
Charlie, can you find the photo? There's a photo of men who live on their own, interior design. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, this is what all churches look like.
Yeah, this is a Lutheran church. This is a Presbyterian church.
Yeah.
And then like a rack of weights.
That's it. Look,
that's it.
This is
This is John Knox's church, right? This is where my parents got married. It's a windowless room with strip lighting, a computer chair, a desk, a bin, and that's it. That's it. That's all you need. There's a God in that room.
That's all you need. Yeah.
All you need.
God's up here.
Yeah. He starts preaching, and he also, Mary Queen of Scots, he starts having meetings with her. He starts all these riots. The Scottish Reformation begins in 1560 odd. There's a sort of a civil war, and Scotland becomes officially Protestant in August 1560. Abolishes the mass, and then also Elizabeth I is trying. She wants Scotland to be Protestant because then that would secure her northern border.
Yeah. Mary Queen of Scots basically fucks it because I think she tries to kill Elizabeth and then Elizabeth has to kill her or something.
But this is before that because Knox visits Mary Queen of Scots, who at this point is a fucking Spanish teenager.
French, right?
French teenager?
Yeah.
Right, she's an annoying French teenager with hard man John Knox just to like come and explain yourself.
Yeah.
He goes and meets her and says, You're fucking voodoo nonsense, love.
Right, yeah.
Don't fucking teach me. I'm School of Hard Knocks, literally.
Yeah.
I think the last time they meet, he makes her cry.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the long road to your dad making waiters cry.
Right. Yeah.
You know, let's debate me.
Yeah.
Debate me. What do you actually think? What do you think? The marketplace of ideas. Okay? You're free to debate me.
Dad, we're never going to go to this restaurant again, but otherwise they'll never learn.
We had a terrific discussion. It was a brilliant dinner.
Now they've learned something and they won't do this again.
Yeah.
It's actually very selfless for the next person who has to be served by them.
They've quit their job. So she returns to now Protestant Scotland, having been in exile. Knox is like, right, well, you're a threat to the newly Protestant Scotland. So he's trying to demand her to abandon the Catholic Mass, and then he makes her cry after criticising her relentlessly to her face. And she's a teenager. She's a teenage girl.
Beast.
And he's just he destroys her. It's the first feminist gets destroyed. By truth and logic. John Knox making Mary Queen of Scots cry. Right?
But it is like those uni hall debate things where they're debating like literal 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
It'll be like a professional debate.
It's like the Charlie Kirk thing. It's like, you're debating the weakest members of that team.
Of course.
You're 18-year-olds.
Yeah.
Who are barely neuronormative enough to fucking look you in the eye.
Yeah, blue hair, fat with a teddy. They hold it, an anxiety.
They take the headphones off. Yeah, Charlie. So I was just wondering. Have you read the Bible? Have you read the Bible?
Yeah.
So Knox basically knocks Mary Queen of Scots for 6, and he founds his legacy to the world is Presbyterianism, which basically is a radical democratic Protestantism, which is anti-monarchist.
Interesting.
So
it comes up in the English Civil War, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So whereas Anglicanism, which
the Pope is the king, basically, in Anglicanism.
Yeah, Knox would say that in the Reformation, the English Reformation, which we will deal with more when we do Henry VIII, that they just replaced the Pope with the king.
Yeah.
He's like, let's get rid of, like, no human should be in the head of the church. It's going to be a council of elders,
right?
Which is where the word Presbyterianism comes from,
right?
From the Greek, right? So he actually is sort of the birth of American Puritanism.
Yes, very. It's all
because that's libertarianism.
Yeah,
devolved.
Yeah, anti-monarchist is a
you, mum.
Yeah, it is fuck you, mum.
He's the first emo.
Yeah.
He's the fuck you, mum. It's John Knox.
Where are you?
Yeah, he's listening to My Chemical Romance in his room, cutting himself, right? But whereas Anglicanism is much more gay.
It is much more gay.
Because there is still beauty in Anglicanism. So this is the church that Henry VIII accidentally founds because he has a boner for a
and this is the sort of the church that I was raised in a bit more. It's basically Elizabeth I, centrist dads, the sectarian violence that's going on.
Yeah.
It was fucking super Protestant with Edward VI.
Yeah.
It was super Catholic with Mary. There was too many factions, so she just goes right down the middle and said, "Let's just cherry pick a bit of this,
third
bit
way.
Of that."
It's Blair. Elizabeth I, the first Blair. Yeah.
So, and that means that we can still have some fucking. It's still a fucking church.
We can have some beauty.
It doesn't have to be the most miserable. It doesn't have to look like a betting shop. It doesn't have to look like Ladbrokes.
Yeah.
But we can do without the Pope, without some of the bollocks.
I tell you what it is. It's a guy whose girlfriend's left him, but he's kept the house.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
He's not moved to a new house and had to decorate it or not.
Right, so you can still keep some of the
You keep the
furnishing.
artwork, the plant. He can keep the plant alive. Okay? The stuff on the walls. The lighting is nice.
Right.
Okay? But she's not there.
Yeah. Okay.
In Presbyterianism, I'm leaving you and I'm going to go and live in a fucking box room.
Well, or is Anglicanism, it's still a divorce, but your dad's divorcing your mum because he's secretly gay.
He's a gay man. Yeah.
So
which is why my dad is Anglican.
Yeah, so...
Yes.
Because when you go over to your dad's house, it's like,
hiya!
Why does this look nicer than our house?
Yeah.
Why has your interior design flair been set free now you've left...
And you go, that's the Pope. No, it's not. It's your stepdad. And you go, but no.
But when did you have this? How are you suppressing all of this? I didn't know you were hey.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually think the spirit of Anglicanism, which what I find so funny, is it seems to be maybe one of the most gentle churches.
Yeah, totally.
Like the English vicar is a fucking referee.
Yeah,
they're like everything's completely soft.
Jam.
It's
just jam.
It can't really survive as a church because it doesn't have enough.
Drama.
It's not forcing anyone to be in there. It's not really oppressing anyone in any way.
No.
It's more like, well, look, if you can be gay, yeah, of course, yeah. If you want, if you want to be an Anglican, please.
Cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
That one. It's that one.
And honestly, if you ever stop believing in it, just go. It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. So it's just very.
But it's also Anglicanism is the religion of empire. The British Empire is Anglican.
Yes.
And so it has that elite.
What is it?
Paternalism.
Yeah.
Yes, paternalistic. And also there is the aesthetic of empire.
Yeah.
Rajkor, for example. It's still interested in architectural beauty.
Yeah.
In sartorial elegance.
Yes, sure.
John Knox would rather just be sort of fucking naked on a beach.
Well, it's very similar to Mao suits.
It's
the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
So there's still now we've got the differences between Presbyterianism and Lutheran churches. So in Presbyterianism, if the Bible doesn't command it, you don't do it. Whereas Lutheran, Anglican, if the Bible doesn't forbid it, you can do it.
Right.
It's just slightly gentler.
Okay.
So in terms of decor, Presbyterianism, white walls, no statues. Lutheran, Anglican, stained glass, crucifixes, candles.
So American Protestantism is closer to Presbyterian.
Yes.
Certainly evangelical is right, where it's all about the...
Yeah. Music, in Lutheran and Anglican, you get choirs, organs, hymns. Presbyterianism,
originally...
a cappella only. Barbershop, that's it.
Not even allowed fucking pianos.
No pianos. Pianos are gay. Fuck off. Right?
Go to the fucking West End and do Jersey Boys.
Yeah.
This is a fucking
and why don't
church.
you suck off the audience while you're at it if you're playing a piano? Okay?
Anglican hymns, the most goated hymns of any church, I'd say.
Did those feet...
Well, there's a lot. That's Anglican, yeah. But in general, I think it blows Catholics out the water.
Well, they'd love that.
What, being blown out the water?
Yeah.
I think the Christian relationship to music is probably the strongest of any religion.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know,
Pretty strong relationship after that.
they only got one song, though, don't they?
They do. But it slaps. It slaps, you know? And again, what would the Christian call to prayer be?
Well, which?
Come in, there's tea. You know, it's not the same, is it? I've made sandwiches.
Excuse me.
Yeah, they would be actually. It'd be a woman on a minaret going, "Excuse me, are you allowed to park there?
What's the
Do you
call?
have a permit for that?"
That's the call to prayer.
That's the English. That's the Anglican call to prayer.
Yeah.
The busybody, the curtain twitcher. Yeah, not quite as mystical as Allahu Akbar.
Do you want to hear some Scientology hymn?
Go on then. It's just too modern, isn't it?
There's no sense of history here.
Sounds like the fucking Monkeys or something.
Is that Scientology?
Yeah.
That's an unbelievable.
I
doubt that.
Doubt that's true. We'll circle back to that.
Yeah.
But yes, Presbyterianism, get rid of the piano, fuck off.
Yeah.
Right, strip it all back. So he successfully creates the Scottish Presbyterian system. In March 1564, at approximately 50 years old, he marries Margaret Stuart.
Oh, damn.
Relative of Mary, Queen of Scots. She's 17. Oh. And
It's crazy that this is like a long-running thing now. When a guy marries a teenager. Woo! So he's guilty of being a fucking legend.
yeah, listen, you know, it's
Listen to what?
it's sex tourism. Presbyterianism is sex tourism.
Right.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
It's fine. We're all in the gutter.
So has he managed to pull himself up by his bootstraps pretty well? Because he was a bodyguard.
He's one
and
of
now
the.
he's
It's one of the
married
biggest.
into the.
It's one of the biggest zero to heroes ever.
Yeah.
In that he basically is.
He was a slave.
He was a slave.
And then his fucking amazing grace.
He was.
Was blind, but now I see.
He was a slave on a slave ship. He was enslaved by the French.
Darren Unchained.
Hey,
Darren Unchained.
Darren Unchained. Yeah. And then he marries into the fucking royal family.
Yeah.
You know, a relative of, and he makes the Queen cry.
Yeah.
I mean, he's savage.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
If only he was born after YouTube so you could watch highlights of him destroying people.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to see
25
clips.
minutes, knock slaps. You know, there's like hitch slaps.
Yeah. It'd be knocks outs.
Knocks out.
Knocks out punch. Yeah, it'd be brilliant. And then his 17-year-old wife nurses him through his final illness. John Knox dies 1572, age 58. He's buried in St Giles, which is again where my parents got married. And he now the great irony is that having destroyed Mary Queen of Scots with fact and logic, Mary Queen of Scots, is it her son? Is James VI? Who becomes James I? Is that right? Or is it a grandson?
How's he done that?
Sorry?
How does he do that?
Long story.
Long story, Charlie. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
So the irony, of course, is that he basically, having defeated her, and because Elizabeth imprisons her, when she dies, eventually her son takes the throne, but he's raised by Protestant tutors, isn't he? James I.
Yeah, he's Protestant.
He is, but then he makes the King James Bible.
Yes.
Which is the kind of Protestant, the Anglican.
It's the English-speaking Bible.
It's the Anglican Bible, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the kind of text. So
is that like the best-selling Bible in the world, right?
yeah, I guess it is. I guess it is the best-selling.
What's the worst-selling Bible in the world?
Don't know. What's the least Christian country?
The Wicked Bible.
It's due to a catastrophic typo in the 1631, which said, "Thou shalt commit adultery." That's amazing.
That's incredible.
That's incredible. There's a Bible made under Charles I that said, well, so people were reading that going, oh, right, fuck.
Brilliant.
Oh, right, brilliant.
And also the fact that a catastrophic typo back then is not as easy to correct things. Because once that's out,
that is catastrophic.
that is a fucking catastrophe.
It's called the Wicked Bible.
Oh, no. Oh, fuck.
Unless they went, thou shalt commit adultery, turn the page. Nat.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, fuck, there it is. Thou shalt commit adultery. That's pretty funny.
Wow.
I wonder if they missed out all the knots. So it's like, thou shalt covet thy neighbour's ox.
He doesn't understand what shout means.
Yeah. So Presbyterianism, this becomes ultimately the central divide between England and Scotland culturally, in that now Scotland starts to really punch above its weight intellectually.
Yes.
Because isn't there something about, there's a stat where it's like the more likely you were to have a printing press, the more likely you were to be Protestant. And then
Yes,
the more
definitely.
likely you were
or
to
if there
be,
was one in your town,
the more likely you were to be Protestant, the more literate the society.
Yeah.
So Scotland becomes an intensely literate society because Presbyterianism, even more than Luther, is about reading.
Yes.
You got to read.
And they're like, inventor per square mile is the best anywhere, Scottish. Like the Scots invented everything, right?
Yes,
And there's barely any of them. And also within the British Empire, the people who...
Toilets.
Yeah, toilets.
Yeah.
TVs.
TVs.
The electric
phone?
grid.
The phone.
Yeah.
I mean, our modern life is watching TV on a phone on the toilet.
Yeah.
And that's Scotland.
That's Scotland.
Scotland gave us that. They're the first Fertile Crescent for pooing.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
Presbyterianism, then that's all about whereas Luther says you should read the Bible just so you can decide whether you agree with it or not, and it's your own faith. Presbyterianism is like, you need to read the Bible because you're in charge of the church. It's up to you because there's no kings, because fuck them. It's up to you. You're running it.
I see.
So you got to read it. You got to be able to read, which is why everyone in Scotland. And again, I mean, the
You're
irony,
all council members.
Yes.
You're all councillors.
we're all Jackie Weaver.
Yeah.
Whereas Anglicanism is a fudge. And
fudge?
It is fudge.
Right, I
It's
see.
a fudge between Catholic and Protestant.
Sorry.
Right.
And they serve fudge fingers as
They
well.
serve fudge fingers.
Yeah.
Right. So
Is it Eddie Izzard's joke, right? Cake or death?
Yes.
That's what the Anglicans are like.
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in terms of America, Calvin's the root from the tree from which, you'd say Calvin's the tree of life for people who don't nap. In that you've got one branch which leads to Scotland, one branch that leads to Puritanism, which leads to America. Because obviously the Puritans, maybe 80 years later, are disgusted with the direction of the country.
Right.
Much like people moving to Dubai now.
Yeah.
Because ironically, London's getting too Muslim.
Right.
Where are you going? The Gulf. Brilliant. You've nailed that, lads. Well done. They are going to America to make it more Puritan.
Yes.
That's all Calvinist. So like the Calvinist work ethic, is American Puritanism.
Definitely.
The Presbyterian iconoclasm of destroying idols and kings, that's America.
How ugly a lot of American cities and buildings are.
That's Knox.
Yeah.
And yet they're all fat,
Interesting.
which Calvin would have hated.
Yeah.
And Knox would have hated as well.
Yes, it's true.
So that's kind of I guess that's the story of Calvin in a way, that he's actually who we're all
because there's not much to talk about
related
him as a
to.
person because he doesn't want any of that stuff
Well, he's
being
Stephen
out there.
Hawking in a chair in Switzerland. I mean, who cares? Who cares really, right? And he's French, which again is just mind blowing to me. And yet he is responsible for the Anglosphere. I'd say the idea of the West is impossible without Calvin. I don't think. The idea of capitalism is a Calvinist.
I don't think the idea of the West and the idea of the Anglosphere.
Yeah.
Because I guess the West is Spain, France, Italy.
The West is not Spain. What are you talking about?
What do you think? It's Africa.
When I say the West has fallen, I don't mean Spain has fallen. It's never woken up. No one's saying Spain has fallen.
Yeah. What do you think about the religious character of like Australia then? How do you think that differs much from America from when you've gone there?
It's a good point, actually. I suppose it's more of a missionary society.
Yeah.
And I guess I don't know much about what was Cook. He must have been Anglican.
Yeah,
then,
it's very
Cook.
Protestant vibes there, I feel.
Yeah. But it's not the same. It's not got the same hustle. I think it's impossible to separate American religion from their economic urgency.
Yeah.
Right. But they don't have that in Australia.
Yeah. They see it as like a moral good to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is the story of Calvin and of a friend of the pod, John Knox. In our final episode in the Reformation, we will deal with the Empire striking back, the Counter-Reformation, the evil priests,
Yes.
the Darth Vaders.
Yeah.
How do they respond? Spanish Inquisition, all that stuff.
The clapback.
They clap back hard. That's the final episode in this series. That's already on the Patreon. We will hear about some terrible stories of Protestants being massacred, which I am firmly against. Anyway, we'll also be doing a deep dive on the history of the Amish.
Yeah, that's on the Patreon. That's great stuff.
That's great fun. And our live special on the JFK assassination, recorded at Hackney Empire last year, that's going out
awesome.
as well.
It's a great show.
That's it from us for this episode. We'll see you next time for the final episode in our Reformation series. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.